In today's video, we'll break down some jokes from Ryan Reynolds and Ricky Gervais so you can learn how to make people laugh and love being around you. There are two techniques you can use to make almost anyone laugh. The first is surprise. We laugh when someone subverts our expectations. For example, watch this clip of Ricky hosting the Golden Globes.
On a serious note, just looking at all the faces here reminds me of some of the great work that's been done this year by cosmetic surgeons.
That's an example of a sincerity fakeout. You set expectations that you're going to say something sincere, then you undercut those expectations for a laugh. Here's another example. Listen to Ryan Reynolds talk about having Hugh Jackman in Deadpool 3.
Really, I'm lucky that I get to work in this industry, and particularly incredibly fortunate that I get to work in it this long, but I really want to work with people that are either immensely talented or people that I love and that I'm genuinely like best friends with. And unfortunately, Hugh does not qualify as either of those, but I am excited because I'm a Logan fan.
These fake-out jokes aren't limited to just sincerity fake-outs. For instance, anytime you're asked a question with an obvious answer and you want to make people laugh, you can turn it into a fake-out joke. For a funny example, watch Ricky Gervais talk with Piers Morgan about gun control. You can basically steal his setup word for word.
If they were fully sighted and used a gun, just because they lost their sight, why should they lose the constitutional right to continue having a gun?
Yeah, well, it's a difficult one, but the short answer is because they can't see what they're shooting.
If you want to try these fake-out jokes in your own life, there's a little trick you can do to get a bigger laugh. Take a 1-second pause before the punchline. When you pause, people unconsciously try to complete your sentence in their mind. This makes it funnier when you fake out their expectations.
Wetting your bed is embarrassing as a child, but as an adult, wetting a child's bed is mortifying.
If this seems like it would be difficult for you, there's an even easier way to make anyone laugh with surprise. Wait for someone to ask you a question, think of what they expect you to say, and then say the opposite.
How old are your girls now?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
But you did take a pause from making movies because you did want to spend more time at home. How has that, have you been able to feel that with all of your other
hell, Hoda. I'm going right back to it. I'm taking the first movie I can find.
When you can't think of the perfect opposite answer, you can also make people laugh with an absurd answer.
Is it true that puberty didn't hit you until you're quite
like a week ago? Yeah.
When you started kind of being interested in girls, you weren't as that cool or smooth with it.
No, not at all.
I don't believe it.
No. I went through puberty at like 27.
You've lost a lot of weight.
Thank you.
How have you done it? Tell me a secret.
Steroids and AIDS.
Now, you don't want to just say something wacky that makes no sense. The key is to ask yourself, what is the most absurd thing that could plausibly answer this question?
Oh, no, but you look so calm.
I know, I had some of your heroin.
Beyond surprise, there's a second way you can make people laugh: specificity. Specifically, you want to create a ridiculous mental image in the person's mind. So, for example, instead of saying, I don't like watching the news, you can say something like this.
The news is like, these days, is just like pouring piping hot lemon juice into your eyeballs.
Here's another example with Ricky Gervais. If you just call someone pale, it probably won't get a laugh, so listen to what he says instead.
Yeah, but do you ever go on holiday together?
Jesus Christ! Can you imagine that? Oh, it would be horrible. Just think of the pictures. Me looking pretty cool and sort of tanned and buff, yeah. And the thing, naked, he looks like one of those baby fish. You can actually see through his body.
As a side note, once you find a joke that makes people laugh, you can store it away as a go-to joke for the future. Comedians like Ryan and Ricky look quick on their feet, but often they're actually reusing a joke they've had success with before.
You are the whitest man I've ever met. I imagine naked, you're nearly translucent. Like, like you can see your heart like one of those little baby fish. Now let's talk about a mindset that holds a lot of people back from being funny. It's the belief that you are a failure if people don't laugh at every single one of your jokes. This unrealistic mindset causes you to hold back from saying things that you find funny because you're scared other people won't laugh. So you filter yourself, which creates that feeling of being stuck in your head. This habit of censoring yourself, thinking what you have to say isn't good enough, is a poison that erodes your confidence over time. You may not realize it, but it's the willingness to have a joke bomb that allows all the world's funniest people to build their quick wit. Just as an example, watch how many times Ryan Reynolds riffs on a joke before making everyone laugh.
I will shove a red card so far up your ass, people will think it's your tongue. I will shove a red card so far up your ass, we'll need a team of doctors to find my hand. I will shove a red card so far up your ass, you will be legally reclassified as a puppet.
Good job, guys.
In your own life, you won't get the chance to try 3 different jokes in a row, but you can lower your filter. Not everything you say will make people laugh, but you'll see what works and what doesn't, and you'll become funnier over time. And you'll have more fun in conversation. Now, so far in this video, we've covered a lot of sarcastic jokes. The downside of sarcasm is you can accidentally come off as a jerk, especially if you're teasing people. So what can you do to be seen as funny, not a bully? One factor in this is how people perceive you pick the targets for your jokes. A bully is someone whose jokes always target the weak or people they don't like. If people see you making fun of yourself too, they're less likely to feel picked on. This is something you'll see both Ryan and Ricky do often. For example, listen to Ryan talk about his gin company.
It's an American gin, a little smoother than its British counterparts, a little more drinkable. Wow, I sound like a pro.
Yeah, you're actually good at
I really know nothing about gin. If I ran the company for real, it would be on fire.
Similarly, Ricky Gervais is known for his brutal roasts, but he's just as brutal with his self-deprecating humor.
Getting caught in the zipper. Does that mean this zipper?
Yeah, yes.
Well, that's never happened. Just one of the advantages of having a very small penis.
This doesn't mean you should be the butt of the joke every time, but if people see you occasionally tease yourself, they won't take it as personally when you tease them. Another factor that influences whether people think you're funny or a jerk is what you tease. Ricky Gervais is a professional comedian, so he roasts himself and others hard. But in your own life, your best bet is to tease something that's unlikely to be an insecurity. For example, listen to Ricky tease Leonardo DiCaprio in this next clip and watch Leo's reaction.
It wasn't the only epic movie. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, nearly 3 hours long. Leonardo DiCaprio attended the premiere, and by the end, his date was too old for him.
You should apply this kindness to yourself as well. Tease yourself for things you aren't actually insecure about, so you're comfortable with other people doubling up on the joke. This will depend entirely on your own level of thick skin and your sense of humor. Here's a great example of this with Ryan Reynolds teasing himself.
Well, I think what makes other people laugh is me standing next to you anywhere, because you make me look like Timothy Chalamet. So
obviously Ryan isn't ashamed of being smaller than The Rock, and that's what makes a great tease. Something that makes people laugh, not something that creates shame. At the end of the day, you don't want your jokes to hurt other people. Make your jokes a gift that makes life a little lighter. If you do it right, you'll make the people around you laugh, feel good, and love being around you. You also don't want to be sarcastic all the time. It's important to show your kind, caring side as well.
It's funny, he always makes fun of me, always. And he's also, you know, in a personal way, been very, very sweet to me. Like, before one of these award shows, he pulled me aside and said, hey, I've got a few things that I wanted to go after you with. Is that okay? And I'm like, of course. There is a gentler side to him that people don't necessarily see.
What is wrong with him?
There is nothing, unfortunately, wrong with Hugh Jackman. The man is so nice. He makes ice cream look like puppy murder. He's just the nicest guy you'll ever meet. And there's nothing, I'm afraid there's nothing.
Now you might think building the funny habits in this video will take you a long time, or maybe you even think it's impossible for you, that you could never actually put this stuff into practice in your own life. But becoming more well-liked is much easier than you might think. With the right blueprint, you can become significantly more charismatic in just a few weeks. If you want the fastest way I know of to take your charisma and confidence to the next level, you may like our program Charisma University. Rather than tell you about the program myself, here are a few things that past members have said. One of the best investments in my life. The content and the action guide have changed me radically. I received a job offer 3 weeks ago. The reason why they want me for this job, your charisma and your ability to connect with everyone are rare and of great value. Thanks to your teaching, I learned the ability to build deep connections and friendships. It was worth the money. In the past, when meeting people, I'd freeze and my mind would go blank, or I couldn't get out of my head. Now I feel the same confidence and peace of mind that I have with my friends come back to me when meeting new people. Thanks to CU, I've built a great circle of new friends. Your course has been life-changing, to the point where I wake up in the mornings feeling like I've been transferred to a new person's body, the person I kept dreaming about becoming before I found Charisma on Command. It is incredible. The program is literally guaranteed to change your life. That means you can take the entire course, and if you don't think it's worth every penny, you can give yourself a full refund right inside the program. If you want to see if Charisma University is right for you, click the link on screen now or in the description below. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this video. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch it, and I hope to see you in the next one.